Hi guys, today I am bringing you a Valentine's Day card that I created using the Tim Holtz Paper Village die set and two of Cat Scrappiness Slimline dies. One is the Slimline Hills and the other is stitched rectangles. I used Distress Oxide on Bristol board to create the sky background, and I used Lawn Fawn Pixie Dust paper or cardstock to create the snowy hills. Right there, my camera went out for some reason, but luckily I caught it quickly and then continued applying my Distress Oxide. You didn't really miss anything. I was just applying. I like to apply with the ink pad and then go back and use my little foam brush. It was a quick card to make. It's going to be surprisingly easy, I think, for people when they see it. And I hope that you guys try it. So I spritz some water, I dry it with my heat tool, and then I will apply the snow after it's dry. And I like to spritz. I clean up a little bit. I wanted you to remember, clean up your workstation. And I had a little Valentine's Day glitter there. Surprise, surprise. So just dab that off, and I probably hit it with the heat gun again, but I'm not sure. Yes. So get that all nice and dry because I want the glue to adhere. And I adhere it with, I use score tape throughout this and the Barely Arts glue, which I am really loving that glue, and went back on Amazon today and bought the cute little refill bottle in the bear. Just love it. So this is just some scrapbook.com double-sided tape. Wanted to make sure that is thick, nice thick paper. I wanted to make sure that stayed down, and even if it popped up on the edges for some reason, at least it would be stuck down in the center. So that's going to be the backside snowy hill. And I won't apply the front side until I get the house down. And you'll notice there is a little red house at the top of my little silicone mat. I was going to just cut it and show you what to do, but then I thought, you know what? Let me show you guys the die I used and how to situate the door and the windows and the little window up top. So I just set that aside to dry. And this seemed like it might be an important step if you don't have the dies and you're thinking about the dies. So if you were making the village, you'd run one front of the house and then one back side of the house and stick them together and do your roof and you're done. They're so fun and so easy. I loved making the little Valentine's Day ornaments. So I make sure though that I do get it lined up well. And if you forget to put the door on, or you forget to put the little window, you can just rerun it again and you don't have to put it back in the main die. So it's just as simple as that. And the hardest part is the door, making sure you remember the door stays attached. The first time I ever did it, I pulled my tape too hard and ripped the door, but look how little paper that uses. I'm always amazed how little paper that uses. So I wanted to do a red Valentine house, but I still wanted to do just Distress Oxide for the sky. I mean, it is a Tim Holtz die, and when I get out his dies, sometimes I feel like, let's get out some ink. Show some respect, right? So here, just cut the side off, the whole side. You do not have to be that particular if you don't want to be. And you'll see they all have embossed lines. Trim the top, because that's just what you would attach the roof to. Voila, you have a freestanding little house. Then you will run, if you want, run off some there's that shows you how the die works. So then I did pixie dust for the door. I tend to like to have a glittery, snowy looking door, and the house was red and I was going for like a red and white theme. I just trim that door off, stick it down, and If your paper is blank on the back side, if it's just white on the back side, or even a solid color, you can keep that door in an open position. This is from Simple Stories, and it had like my messy glue. It had like a Scrabble design on the back, and I didn't want the recipient, when they opened it, to see anything on the door, so I just glued the door down. And you'll see that when I assemble the card. And I decorate the door. I decorate as much as I can of the house before I put it in position. It's nice to be able to pick it up. And then when I put it in position, then I will glue on the windows, all 5 of the windows. So here I just, I have to adhere things to the fullest. If I haven't overused adhesive, I did not make that card. It's funny to go back and watch yourself and see how particular you are on some things and how not particular you are on others. So here's the roof. You run the roof, then you cut off, I'd say, about 1/4 of an inch. You can do 1/8 of an inch. I've done really thin roofs, and I've done thicker roofs like this one. You just run it through your paper cutter. I have the guillotine, and then you just adhere them right on the top. Make sure you get that corner nice and even. And if you want to miter that, you can tack the tip together, cut it with a pair of scissors, and let the excess fall off before you ever adhere it. But I just wanted to show how easy this is, and I cover up that little tiny bump with a heart, and it raises it up, almost like a glue dots behind it, and I like the way it looks being raised up off the house. So just before you put your hillside down, make sure you know about where you want your house, and then adhere your hillside, or what, however. If you're making this exact card, that would be what you would do, but you might not make this exact card. Just make sure you have your house situated so you can kind of nest it down behind whatever ground you're using. It would be really cute just sitting front and center in a circle on an A2 card with a pretty little backdrop behind it and some cute printed paper, and you could do a home sweet home card. It is so cute. I absolutely love this die. I love it when you find a die that you can just do so many things with. And if you're new, Tim Holtz probably is the best one to be able to get the most creative with his dies, because his designs are just so fantastic and versatile. So here you see where I'm just gluing everything up and sticking the house down. If you wanted the door to open, you just wouldn't glue the door. The last card I just sent that was similar to this, and I actually put a picture of it at the very end of the video. I'll show this finished card and then the other card that is currently in the mail. I left that door open and put a cute little rhinestone doorknob on it. There's so many cute little things you can do, and you can make these rustic. I mean, there's a video where he makes log cabins with, I think it is cardboard, and they look really cool. So they're just getting an evil eye on that circle. That circle goes in a certain way, and I just wanted to make sure I had it situated perfectly. And get those windows in there really good. You could do anything. I thought about putting hearts in the windows, but after you see how many hearts I put on this, you'll say, oh my gosh, you made a good choice by not putting any hearts on the windows. So I did a little heart on the door, and I do a heart on the top. And I pick and choose between the hearts. I settle on a white heart. And I think I may have fast forwarded, or I may have left it just to kind of show you guys different options and different sizes. It looks like I left it all in just to show all the different sizes you can use on that. And those hearts are from the Simple Stories love letters die set. And I did some Valentine cards with that recently as well. They had really cute little lovebirds and letters, and it was so cute. There's so many things that I want to do, and I just run out of time. I am trying. So, and then a little heart right there in that top window. But I did not put them on the 4 side windows. And here I am just cutting out a chimney. So I gave the house a little white chimney with some of the leftover pixie dust, and it looks kind of, snowy. I thought you could do a black one, or you could not do one. It's whatever you choose, but you'll see why I did it. I did it to have hearts kind of coming out of the house and kind of flowing out, to spread Valentine cheer to others. And I cut out a lot of hearts before I did the video because I feel like I am going to do a ton of hearts on this one. And I did not put a sentiment on the front, but when it's drying, I will stamp Happy Valentine's Day. And the stamp I used is a lawn fawn stamp. It's really cute. I use that stamp a lot. I have some Tim Holtz, a Valentine set, but I don't think it says Happy Valentine's Day on my set. So, and this is kind of more whimsical and not as vintage, so I thought lawn fawn would be cute for that. And as always, your choice to decorate however you'd like. That's what makes this so fun, and it just truly shouldn't be this much fun to do this, but it is, and I love it. And it could just be the holiday that I just love Valentine's Day so much, the colors, but I really love all the holidays. If we're stuck inside, we may as well do some fun things to entertain ourselves and spread some cheer. While we're enjoying ourselves, we can sit and cheer to others. Isn't that great? And I like to clean up the glue that like spills out. I know a lot of people don't mess with that because it dries clear, but if you ever see the paper towel come in, I just like to clean up the mess. And I get a little particular with that one heart, and my fingers are getting a little sticky with glue right now. But it's this as simple as that. Like, the first time I tried it, I thought, this can't be. Is this going to come together this easy? And it did. And if you do get the Barely Arts glue, just remember to keep putting that. Those are the 3 pieces you cut off. That's it. Just remember to keep putting your little stick pin in there. So I will let this dry for a few minutes, kind of bend it into place. And I'm trying to think when I adhere it. I go stamp the card, just make sure it lined up, and I put the measurements of the Slimline card. I think my base was 8.5 inches by 7 inches. And I really wanted this to stay down, so I used my red line tape. And I recently purchased red line tape from Queen & Company. They have really sticky red line tape. I have bought red line tape from other companies, and it's been good, but this is super sticky. So I really like this red line tape. And I will put glue on top of it. If you put a little glue, like that would probably stay. But when you stick it down, you better have it lined up perfectly. So if I put a little glue on it, it gives me a little time to wiggle it around before that tape catches. So it's all dry, well, dry-ish. It's stamped, and now we're going to glue it down. As soon as I get the tape off. And if you work with red line tape, you know how it has such static cling on it. But when they're in big strips, it doesn't stick to you. But in teeny tiny little inch or less strips, they really stick to you. I just let them go wherever they want and they clean them up later. So I got that really good and glued. And the nice thing about Distress Oxide is if the glue gets on the Distress Oxide, it's not going to do anything but make it look better. Give it a little more personality. So I let that dry for a few minutes, clean up, and it's all done just like that. Can you believe it? Ready to pop in the mail? As cheerful as you want to be. Happy Valentine's Day. Here's a look at the finished card and the other card I made and sent already. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful Valentine's Day.